Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a single number, just one number, that's set to create some serious waves in the American tech industry. And it all revolves around one of its most important visa programs. So here it is, $100,000. I mean, that is a staggering number, right? And starting September 21st, 2025, that's going to be the mandatory fee for just one H-1B visa. Yeah, you heard that right. For one hire, one visa, it's $100,000. And you can probably guess, this whole thing has just sent absolute shockwaves through the worlds of tech and immigration. So to really get why this is such a seismic shift, we've got to ask a pretty basic question. What is this program anyway? And why is it such a big deal that just changing a fee could cause this much chaos? So at its heart, the H-1B program is all about filling skill gaps. The whole idea is to help employers who are saying, hey, we just can't find the people with the skills we need here in the US. So it's basically a temporary visa for really highly qualified pros. And you know, the history here is super important. It was created way back in 1990, and pretty quickly it became this engine for the whole 90s tech boom. We're talking about giants like Microsoft and Oracle using it to snap up talent from all over the world. And now, fast forward to 2025, and it's staring down its biggest shakeup ever. Okay, so who is this really going to hit? To get the real picture, we've got to look at the people, the actual folks who get these visas. And wow, when you look at the numbers, they really tell a story. In fiscal year 2023, a massive 72%. Think about that. Almost 3 out of every 4 went to professionals from India. China was a distant second at 11%. So what this tells us is that any big change here, well, it's going to hit the Indian professional community the hardest, by far. So where are all these folks working? Well, it's overwhelmingly in tech. We're talking computer-related jobs, software development. That's what dominates the program. And you've got these huge Indian IT service firms, Infosys, TCS. They're major players here. They got something like 20,000 approvals just in the last fiscal year alone. Okay, to really get how huge this change is, let's do a little side-by-side. What companies used to pay versus the bill they're about to get. Just look at this. The old way was, well, it was like an a la carte menu, right? A couple $100 for registration, a few hundred more for filing. Maybe it all added up to a few $1,000s when all was said and done. The new system, it just throws all that out the window. It's one single, massive, 6-figure flat fee. The jump is just, it's astronomical. There's no other word for it.
So you're probably asking, why? Why such a drastic change? Well, the administration has given a few key reasons.
Okay, so the official line is that this policy is meant to do a few things. First, they want to make sure the program is only for the absolute top-tier, highest-paid talent. Second, they're trying to stop companies from using the H-1B as a way to find cheaper labor. And third, they're actually telling the Department of Labor to jack up the wage requirements for these jobs. And, this didn't come out of nowhere. There's a trend behind this. If you look back over the last couple of decades, the percentage of IT jobs filled by H-1B workers has more than doubled. It's gone from about 32% to over 65%. And to the administration, that looks like proof that the program is being used by some, well, to undercut American wages.
So the big question is, with this $100,000 price tag now hanging over everything, what's next? What does this mean for the future of bringing global talent into the U.S.?
Well, the immediate fallout seems pretty clear. This fee could make it pretty much impossible for companies to bring in junior-level or early career professionals from other countries. You're essentially pricing them out of the market. And for those big IT outsourcing firms we talked about, this forces them to completely rethink their entire business model, which has relied on this program for years. And really, that's what it all comes down to. Is this a brilliant move to make sure the H-1B is only for the best of the best, the highest-paid talent in the world? Or is it a massive new barrier that's going to slam the door on the next generation of innovators before they even get a chance? That right there is the $100,000 question.